哦呀 ，Hello， 大家好，欢迎收看 Assassin's Creed Odyssey， 我是小林。好，现在这边呢，上一季我们做到的是上面这一篇有一个女子，她的孩子嘛，然后过后她讲这边有4个女人要我做了她的任务，就是这4个吧。1、2、3，还有一个是在这边4个，所以我来先做这一个先吧。传说中的宝藏，去看看他是讲什么东西啊？OK。
You are the eagle bearer. Wonderful. Magistrate Xanthi has spoken highly of you.
Okay.
Kind of her.
So here's the thing. My children have promising futures, but they refuse to learn and study. They think they know better, but they can't recite a poem to save their lives.
Where do I fit into this?
They've heard of the eagle bearer and worship the ground you walk on. If you related an epic story to them, I bet they retain it and impress their tutors.
哪里？
It's an
要讲故事哦。
But I've been asked to do stranger things. I'll do it.
My children are waiting inside the temple of Dionysus Kolonatas for today's epic story. The subject is Perseus, which they should know well, but seem to forget all when questioned.
I know the story well, of course, but my preferred version may not be what your children expect.
Do not fear. If you need a reminder, there are many relics related to Perseus in the hall adjacent to the temple of Dionysus Kolonatas.
Good to know.
OK， 他叫我讲故事哦，我都不懂可不可以讲到这些故事先。哦，在那边。
Hello, I'm...
The Eagle Bearer. We've heard all about you. Are you going to tell us a story today? Do we have to listen? We've heard it 100 times.
Yes, that's me. And yes, I'm telling you a story.
OK， 来和你们说一个什么故事，注意听哦，这是
Gather round and listen, children, while I spin you the yarn of Perseus.
OK。哇，哪一个好嘞？这个吧。
Great god of the sea, Poseidon, visited a mortal woman, Sarah, a fisherman's daughter. The god of the sea frolicked with her in the shape of a dolphin, and she knew his love.
Ugh. Is this a kissing story?
Relax, I'm just setting it up. Soon,
好不喜欢
Sarah
哦。
gave birth to a child, the half-blood hero Perseus.
I thought Perseus' mother's name was Danae, like my sister. Yeah, and his father was Zeus.
诶，
Well,
有人不喜欢哦。
that's true in some versions. Anyway, at some point, baby Perseus fell off a boat and almost drowned.
哇，
A kindly old couple, Amphitryon and Alcmene, found Perseus in the sea and brought him to their farm in Sinopolis, taking him as their son.
What about his mom, my namesake?
Shh, listen. Hera was angry though and sent snakes to kill the baby. But Perseus was too strong, and he strangled the snakes in his crib, revealing his godly nature.
That doesn't sound right.
There are different ways to tell the story, you know.
又离开了。
And this story is for the crows?
哇，什么啦？
When Perseus grows up, he travels to Iope and falls in love at first sight with the beautiful princess Andromeda. However, Andromeda's mother boasts that her daughter is more beautiful than the goddess Thetis, offending her.
Never say you are better than the gods.
Thetis proclaims that Andromeda must be sacrificed to the gods. or else the whole city of Iopi will be destroyed.
I don't think that's right. Wasn't Andromeda an Ethiopian princess?
Hush! Perseus asks his grandmother, Tala, how to save his love. She turns into a manta ray and says to save Andromeda, he must bring back curly hair of gold, fit for the king of the mountains, who yet owns less than the humblest elot.
I don't know that riddle. It's too hard!
It was hard for Perseus too. But eventually he
这故事好难哦。
How?
He just did his own. Polydectes told Perseus to bring back the head of Medusa, the Gorgon whose gaze could turn anyone who looked into her eyes to stone.
Ah!
Polydectes knew that Medusa would be Perseus' death.
That stinker!
But the evil king did not know Perseus was favored by the gods. Hermes gifted Perseus with winged sandals and a silver sickle, and Athena gave him a bronze shield, polished, mirror bright. Perseus flew to Medusa's lair and used the shield to watch her reflection. He cut off her head with the sickle of Hermes. As she died, the winged foal Pegasus sprang from her neck.
Yes!
Flying home, Perseus found the maiden Andromeda chained on the Ethiopian cliffs, waiting to be sacrificed to the baleful sea monster Ketos. Perseus used Medusa's head to turn Ketos to stone, rescued Andromeda, and married her.
Take that, Ketos!
Perseus returned home to find King Polydectes relentlessly pursuing Danae. They quarreled, and Perseus showed the king his wedding gift. When he saw Medusa's head, Polydectes turned to stone.
Yes!
OK，
That was not all. Hades appears with a pack of giant scorpions called Scorpiox and kills Andromeda and tries to kill Perseus.
Huh?
But Perseus throws his sword of Zeus at Hades, forcing him back into the underworld.
Wait. It's supposed to be Hermes' sickle. And Andromeda doesn't die. You're telling it wrong!
In the end, Perseus wins. Zeus offers to make him a god, but Perseus refuses.
哎，又多一个厉害了。
Instead, Zeus brings Andromeda back to life because she was only mostly dead.
Wow, that was so wrong and so boring. You are a sticky storyteller. And that story was boom!
I am sorry for your audience, Evil Baron. Though from what I heard, it did sound like you deviated somewhat from the traditional tale.
Apologies.
Did you forget my different
这我也是不懂啊，随便乱欧啊。我来试试看之前的。好了，等一下哦，我试试看之前哦。看一下有吗？好，讲故事哦。
Hello, I'm...
The Eagle Baron. We've heard all about you. Are you going to tell us a story today? Do we have to listen? We've heard it 100 times.
Yes, that's me. And yes, I'm telling you a story. Gather round and listen, children, while I spin you the yarn of Perseus.
OK， 我选这个。
Acrisius, the king of Argos, was not a good man. He had one child, a daughter, Danae. Bitter that he had no son, he went to the oracle of Delphi and heard a prophecy that chilled him.
Ooh, what was it?
The oracle said Acrisius would be killed by his grandson, but Danae was unmarried and childless at the time. To protect himself, he locked Danae in a bronze room open only to the sky.
Ooh.
However, mighty Zeus saw the girl and fell in love with her. He transformed into a golden shower and seduced her. Danae gave birth to a son, Perseus.
I knew it.
King Acrisius couldn't kill the boy for fear of angering Zeus. So he put his daughter and grandson in a wooden crate and tossed them into the wild sea to be drowned.
How horrid. Poor Perseus.
Perseus and his mother Danae were rescued on the island of Seriphus. Perseus grew up under the care of a kindly fisherman, Victis.
Lucky them. Did the gods help?
Maybe. Perseus learned to swim and ride and fight, and how to be good and just, even though his father was only a fisherman.
I can do all those things too.
Good for you.
Except swim. Or be just.
Hush. Now, Victis' brother was the ruler of the island, but he was not a good man.
He's scum.
这个
The cruel king of Seriphus, Victis' brother, Polyvectis, decided he wanted to marry Danae, for she was still beautiful and noble. But Perseus knows his mother does not want this. Victis couldn't stop his brother, so it was up to Perseus to interfere and be annoying.
Christos, that's your job. I will keep the stinky king from marrying you.
The cruel, stinky king became angry. To get rid of Perseus, Polyvectis sent him on an impossible quest. Prove yourself a warrior and fetch me a worthy wedding gift, the king said, by killing a great monster.
I knew it! Shh, I knew it too.
OK， 这个
Polyvectis told Perseus to bring back the head of Medusa, the Gorgon whose gaze could turn anyone who looked into her eyes to stone.
Ah!
Polyvectis knew that Medusa would be Perseus' death.
That stinker!
But the evil king did not know Perseus was favored by the gods. Hermes gifted Perseus with winged sandals and a silver sickle, and Athena gave him a bronze shield, polished, mirror bright. Perseus flew to Medusa's lair and used the shield to watch her reflection. He cut off her head with the sickle of Hermes. As she died, the winged foal Pegasus sprang from her neck.
Yes!
Flying home, Perseus found the maiden Andromeda chained on the Ethiopian cliffs, waiting to be sacrificed to the baleful sea monster Ketos. Perseus used Medusa's head to turn Ketos to stone, rescued Andromeda, and married her.
Take that, Ketos!
Perseus returned home to find King Polyvectis relentlessly pursuing Danae. They quarreled, and Perseus showed the king his wedding gift. When he saw Medusa's head, Polyvectis turned to stone. Perseus traveled to Argos with his family, and when they competed in the Great Athletic Games, he hurled the discus, and his throw was so great that it shot into the stands and struck King Acrisius. So doing, Perseus killed his grandfather and fulfilled the prophecy.
Hurrah! You can't escape your fate.
In the end, Perseus and Andromeda settled in Mycenae as king and queen, and had 7 sons and 2 daughters, the Perside.
That was a great telling of the tale. I'll never forget it. Maybe the best. I can't wait to tell all my friends.
Aw, thank you. I couldn't help overhearing the end of your story. Truly inspiring, Eaglebearer. Thank you.
OK， 这次是正确的正确的故事。之前上一个是错误的故事，所以他们就全部跑掉。现在正确的故事，他们就全部留下来。好了，那我们任务完成了，谢谢大家收看了。喜欢我影片，下面点个喜欢，不要忘记了订阅、分享、留言。我们下一期再见啦，拜拜。